Hello, everybody. Welcome to the Cashing on Creativity podcast. Welcome to the You're Not Done Yet book launch. My name's Bruce. This is my wife, Carmen.
Hello, everyone.
Got to look up there so they can see you.
Hello, everyone.
So we are just getting started, and we know that it's a beautiful day. I booked this date like a month ago. Didn't realize it was going to be probably the only sunny day we have this weekend. So we know you may not be around the whole 4 hours, but we are launching this as of now. So the book just came out, and this is basically the Amazon book launch that we're doing. The reason I'm calling it the Amazon book launch is in about another month, we will probably be having another launch for other platforms like Apple and hopefully Audible at the same time. So we are just getting this one rolling today. We have a ton of stuff going on. So here's how the day is going to break out. Every hour, 1, 2, 3, 4, we will be going live. So we don't expect you to stay around and be with us the whole time. But know that it'll still be there. You can go back and look at it. And whenever you want to enter the draws, you can do so. So we're going to open up the draws. So here's where you go. And I will put it on the screen later on. Where you go is you go to the You're Not Done Yet book launch page, which is you'renotdoneyet.ca. And you can get there. I'll have Carmen put it on. Carmen's going to be managing the comments later on. We don't have anybody on right now. I can see right now we don't have anybody on. But we will have people on later. So you can go at any time and enter your name in for one of the draws. We're going to be doing draws today. We have gift certificates to give away. We've got some books to give away. We've got some music to give away. And we also have a Kindle e-reader to give away. So we've got lots of stuff giving away. We're actually going to be giving a caricature. We've got somebody on here. I can't tell who it is because I don't see a name. But whoever's on there, thank you. Welcome to the launch. So we've got lots of stuff planned. We've got lots of interviews, so you're going to learn a little bit about me, you're going to learn a lot about the book, and you're going to learn about the people who inspired the book and my life. So that's going to be really good. Hi, Suzanne. Suzanne Brown's on, so that's awesome, Suzanne. Thanks for being on. So we've got a number of people that are involved with this, and we are also going to be, so what we're going to do is on the hour when we're live is when we will draw the prizes. We will put the winners on the Facebook page in the comments, and we will certainly let them know. We're going to have their emails. So thanks for joining us. We know it's a good day, but hey, you're supposed to be inside anyway. And even if you're sitting in the backyard, we won't tell any of the police. So enjoy. So this is how we're going to start. We've got the giveaways. Just to let you know about the podcast itself, the Cashing on Creativity podcast is just one of the shows. I've got multiple shows, but it's just one of the shows that is for creative entrepreneurs. We interview musicians, authors, visual artists, anybody that's using talent to create a business or career. And the reason we do that, the reason we have more than one genre is I believe that we can learn a lot from each other. I learn a lot from other musicians. I learn a lot from writing books. I learn a lot from people who are visual artists and how they're doing things, how they're building their business, all that kind of stuff. So that's the whole idea of the book, of the podcast. So I would urge you to subscribe. We're just updating it. So now there's going to be 2 episodes per every week. There's going to be a success tip, and there's also going to be the actual interviews. You can get it on your favorite podcast platforms. You can find it on YouTube under Bruce Outridge. And of course, you can find it on our Facebook page here. You can find it as well. So just have... If you're not already like this Cashing on Creativity podcast Facebook page, if you can just press the like button, that'd be really cool. And I just want to talk about some of the people who are instrumental in this. One, my wife Carmen here. So Carmen has put up with me for 20 years. This is not that kind of a show. We're not trying to go there. But has put up with me for 20 years. And I can tell you, I honestly don't think that I would be where I am today without her support. She has been support. Even when she doesn't understand the project, she goes along with it haphazardly. So like today, I dragged her in here. She probably would rather be watching a movie, but she is helping us out today. So Carmen's going to be doing all of the Facebook stuff for me for the chat. So you're going to hear an interview with Carmen and myself here in a few minutes. Another person, but Carmen, not only in our business, but in the success of this book, she was one of the people that helped with editing. She is one of the people who actually wrote the about part. and she's here today helping me out. Hey, Paul, good to see you on. Paul Copcutt's on. Thanks, Paul. Appreciate that. Paul's saying congratulations on the book. And actually, it's good that Paul got on because we are just about to actually talk about Paul. I was just telling you, Carmen helped with editing, introduction, all that support. Paul is the one who wrote the foreword for the book. And Paul is Paul Copcutt. If you don't know him, he's a branding expert here in the Ontario area, Toronto, Burlington, Hamilton area. And Paul and I have become fast friends. We met each other years ago in a networking group that used to meet here in Burlington and Oakville on a regular basis. Over the years, we've become friends. We've designed masterminds, and now we just have a regular monthly chat where we just talk about each other's business, help each other out, and we've turned into long line friends. And I just want to play a video that Paul sent about the foreword. So let me just play this for you.
Hi, it's Paul Copcutt here, and I'm really pleased to be part of Bruce's book launch for the new book, You're Not Done Yet. I think it's really timely, in fact, that Bruce is launching the book right now, and I think it makes it even more of a reason to read it, is because with all the recent changes and the current crisis, we really can't expect for things going forward to be the same as they are in the past. So you're certainly not done yet. And even if the outlook with regards to your own career and lives looks a little bit bleak right now, I think there is hope and inspiration inside Bruce's book in every page and in every example that he shares in the chapters. I've known Bruce for a number of years. We met at a local networking event, and since then have kept in touch and helped each other out in our businesses. And actually now we meet on a regular basis, or have been up until the current crisis, meeting and talking about our businesses and trying to help and mentor each other. And what's always struck me about Bruce is, and it comes through in the book in many, many places, is he's not just a likable and a positive guy, but he's always looking at, where is that next opportunity, or if that doesn't work, then maybe this will work. And I think that really kind of underlines the whole point about the book, is you're not done yet. So, Bruce will look at a project or look at an opportunity and it didn't quite work out, and straight away in his mind, it's kind of, you're not done yet. So let's have another look at this in a different direction. And you just look at the various roles and the things that he's done over the years and continues to do, kind of reinventing himself and looking at opportunity and looking at where those skills can be best applied. And he shares that as well in the various chapters with the people that he's interviewed on his podcast and the Creative Podcast. And it really does underline that no matter where you come from or what you've done in the past, it doesn't necessarily dictate everything that goes ahead in the future. And it really does give you hope and inspiration to read through those stories and those examples and know that there's always a chance for you to look at something differently and look at great opportunities that will arise, and new opportunities will arise even coming out of this crisis. So I really encourage you to read the book. I'm looking forward to reading it through again and really getting to know Bruce from another different angle. Already knowing him as, an artist and an author and a podcast host, videographer and a web designer and a writer and everything else. So enjoy the book. Congratulations, Bruce, and look forward to hearing what people think about it.
All right, thanks, Paul. So had the wrong thing there. Anyway, so thank you very much, Paul, for the kind words. He's been actually instrumental in having this done. So again, if you want to know where you can get the book, Carmen's going to type it into the chat here. But you can go to you'renotdoneyet.ca. Go there. You can buy the book. You can read all about it. We're going to talk a little bit about it now. So Carmen did an interview with me. I know she's going to be it's going to be the new podcast. It's going to be the Carmen Show here soon. But Carmen did an interview. So the book is based on a lot of things that have happened in my life, and it's just things that I've experienced, things that I feel every entrepreneur should be doing, and that's what the whole basis of the book. But it's hard for somebody to explain the book without having someone ask me. So Carmen and I did an interview that we want to share with you on the book. So let's take a look at that now.
So in chapter 1, you talked about finding your purpose. What was the reason for writing that chapter?
Reason for writing the chapter was to just let people know that you actually have a purpose in life. It's something that you may not realize right up front. So it might be something like for my trucking, let's say. I always felt I wanted to be out of the truck by the time I was 45, but I never knew why. It's not like I had a reason that after 45 I'm going to go do this. I just felt that I should do more. So the idea is that you're not done yet. If you just say, okay, I'm only going to do this, then you're stuck. But if you keep going and you keep trying new things, you may find that there's lots to offer, and most of us have a lot to offer we don't even tap into.
Oh, that's good. So what did you mean when you said life is a graphic novel?
Life is a graphic novel, especially from an artist standpoint. It's a big graphic novel. So people think of, if I remember when I was a teenager and there was a party on a Friday night, and we would say, oh man, I can't wait for Friday night. Friday night was a long time, especially if it was Monday. We had 5 days to go, right? Now we say next week, and that's like tomorrow. We think of things like for 5 years, and 5 years goes by like that now. So the things that we talk about, whatever you're thinking about now is actually just a chapter. In 5 years, things may change again. In 10 years, things may change again. So if you think of, most people only can see out 5 years, so we think that's as far as we can see, but really, you're just in one piece of your life. So when you look back at your life, so now I'm 57 years old, I look back over 57 years, and I've had all of these different chapters of my life that have evolved and created into what I am today, which we'll leave alone.
That sums it up. How have you focused your life with value, and which values have you done?
So I believe in being true to yourself. So for me, integrity is a big one. Being passionate, being respectful to other people, working hard, which I call working with excellence. Dignity, just because someone's at a lower status or higher status or is down and out at that moment, just treating them the same. They're a person. It's not about, whether you're successful or not. They're still people, so treating everyone the same way.
That's nice. What was the biggest lesson you learned from traveling to the Caribbean?
Oh, that I love the Caribbean. That's what that they got all the rum. Well, for one that I'm working on constantly from the Caribbean is patience. And we have a pretty fast lifestyle here in Canada and the U.S. Where it's go, go, go. You're going to meetings, you're going to shopping, you're doing whatever you're doing, and we never stop. And the nice thing about the Caribbean is that people move at a slower pace. That's why when we go on vacation, we actually have to put ourselves in check, because we expect people to run to our table and, deliver whatever we're eating right away. When down there, it's like, yeah, you'll get it when it's ready. So I find for me, it's patience. It's learning to slow down a little bit, and not everything needs to be done within 2 minutes.
That's so true. How do we live like we are dying?
Just do what you want to do. Don't wait. We both have a good friend, Eve, which is a lot of inspiration for this book. And, he was waiting and waiting and waiting to travel. Him and I had many discussions about it. And at the end of the day, he passed away at 60, never got a chance to do all the things he's doing. If we look at the pandemic here, people that were thinking, oh, I'm going to wait and go and do this vacation, or I'm going to wait and do this, and now they can't. Possibly because of the pandemic. Yeah. It means, if you want to do it, do it. There may not be a tomorrow, and there's been many songs about that, right?
Yeah, that's for sure. So, in your chapter 2, you said, don't believe what they tell you. Don't believe what they tell you. What did they tell you?
What did they tell you? They told me to go get a real job, so don't believe what they tell you. People don't... They say they can only look at what they do, right? So if someone's an educator, maybe they can only see careers within their space.
Right.
They don't know how to be a musician. They don't know how to be an artist. So they don't believe those can be careers, but they can be. So instead of someone just saying, go get a real job, really what they should say to a student is, go find me 5 people who have done that and show me how they were successful and how they built a business. And then if you're willing to go through that work, then you'll be successful and get it.
Yeah. What did you feel you had to write about doing more than one thing? What was inspired to you?
All the people who said I should do more than one thing. I shouldn't do more than one thing. So, especially in business, one of the things people tell you is to just do one thing and focus. But I found that by doing a lot of different things, it gave me opportunity to learn skills that I would not have had. I learned, I'm podcasting now. I didn't even know what that was 10 years ago. There's no way you could have told me 20 years ago you're going to be in podcasting. I would have thought you're crazy. So it's knowing, just trying new things. And if you do multiple things, I notice a lot of creatives do multiple things. There's a lot of people who are into music. They also are into visual arts. They also do other stuff. And that's okay.
Yeah.
We get this idea that if you're a jack of all trades, that you're not a master of any. But if you're a good jack of all trades, you can still be really successful. So
definitely. How have you merged your talents and your skills?
I talk a lot, and now I have podcasts, so I would say that's probably the easiest one. But then there's like my drawing, and now that drawing is part of our business through caricatures. I like to write, I like to illustrate, and I like to talk, and now we have a book. So there's lots of ways you can merge your talents. So if someone knows what they like to do, is good at something, they might want to look at that. That might be a new business venture, career, or even just a hobby.
That's for sure. What was your first real job?
My first real job. Okay, so if we don't count cutting the lawn or doing the ironing or washing dishes, so we're talking outside of household chores, my first one was flipping burgers at A&W. I was a cook.
Wow.
Not a good one, but I was a cook. But we had fun. I had fun. That was my first job at 14, and then after that I went into work for gas stations and stuff when I was 16.
Wow. In chapter 3, you talked about participating in life. What do you mean by this?
Let's dance. Probably just, I shouldn't say most people, many people sit on the sidelines and they just watch other people, and we see that when we go to the Caribbean where people don't think they want to try something like, if it's something that you think you might like to do, then go out and try it. Do it, because you may be able to get really into it. Like, we dance a lot, so I drag you dancing everywhere because I love to dance. But there's a lot of people who don't dance, or they like to dance but they don't dance. We see that too, right? Where they just sit on the sidelines and they'll watch the whole party from the sidelines and they won't actually be a part of it. So that's whether it's dancing like we like to do or whether it's skydiving, it doesn't matter. If that's something that's passionate to you, don't wait or don't say, yeah, I'm going to do it one day. Get out there and do it and enjoy it.
Yeah, it's the best way to experience it. What do you talk about inspiring others?
Because I want people to know that, if you look at the statistics, I'm supposed to be in jail. I was a high school dropout, so I'm supposed to be in jail, and I'm supposed to be somewhere else, and I don't know, I'm supposed to be in the streets or something, and that's not always true. Just because somebody's not playing into a part where they're going, okay, I'm going to follow that path because somebody else wants to, doesn't mean they're stupid, or doesn't mean they just may not be passionate about that, right? So my show, the podcast, the television show, all of that is to show people, this book is to show people that, just go and find someone who's done it. And that's what we do through the show, right? I hope I'm inspiring somebody else younger than me that says, yeah, you can do it. Just because you weren't good at school doesn't mean you're going to fail in life. Right. All of those kind of things, and just keep going with it.
Yeah, that'll get you. What is the difference between just being famous versus adding value?
The famous role. So since the implement of social media, everybody wants to be famous. And they think that the more views you get, the the better you are.
Right.
But so there's lots of influencers that do this. We heard about the girl who threw the chair off of the building down in Toronto.
Right.
She just tried to be famous.
Right.
That's not adding value. That's actually hurting people.
Yeah.
So I always say, it's fine to be famous. I've got nothing against fame, but you should be adding value. You should either be good at whatever your craft is, or you should be adding value to other people's life, and then that fame will come with that. But if you're just trying to be famous and you're not doing anything other than hurting somebody,
right,
then that's not the right way to be famous.
No kidding. Why are you not done yet?
Because we're being interviewed by you and we're not done yet. So that's, I don't know. I don't have any plan as what I'm going to do in the future. but I don't feel like I'm finished yet. Like I feel like there's still more to go. I don't know what that is. I probably next year we can do this again and you can say, oh, that's what we did. I don't know what we did, but you and I always keep trying new things. We like to do things, and I don't think I'm done yet. I just feel there's more to do. I just don't know what it is. So I can't tell you what it's going to be, but hopefully things will keep going and we'll grow, and that's where we'll go.
Well, I'm sure that you're not done yet. From knowing you, you're way not done yet.
Way not done yet.
Thank you so much, Bruce.
Thanks. All right, so that was a little interview we did earlier to give you a kind of an idea of the book. So the next thing that we have what we call action steps. So in the book, you're going to see at the end of each chapter, there's actually a little step for you to do. You'll see this guy right here, which is this little cartoon guy. Whenever you see him, you know that you're about to do an action step. And that action step is to get you to just think about what we talked about in the chapter and see if it's something you can apply for your own life. So we'll be doing that in some of the next coming hours. But I think Carmen and I actually need to go get some rum. That's what we need to do. So here's what we want you to do. We're going to take a little bit of a break. We're going to be back on at 2 o'clock. We're going to be live at 2 o'clock this afternoon, back here again. And in the meantime, go and enter the draw, because we'll be doing a draw at 2 o'clock. So you can go to you'renotdoneyet.ca. That'll take you to the webpage. You can actually buy the book right there if you want to, but you'll see an email sign up there. It's in orange. Click on that, add in your email, and you'll be entered into the draw. In order to be in the draw, you don't have to make a purchase. You don't have to buy anything to be in the draw, but to be in the draw, you have to click that link and put in your email and your name. Okay, so we're going to draw at 2 o'clock. This is a little bit about the book. We've got more interviews. I'm going to be talking about more inspiration and stuff when we get a little further on here. But we just want to launch it off. Thank you so much for everybody being on. Carlene's already dancing. That's awesome. I just want a big shout out. I may have missed people as they were on. I want to say a big thank you to Suzanne Brown for being on. Paul Copcutt, buddy, you're always in there. Thank you. Carlene, thank you so much for being on. Carlene's already bought a book. And just thank you for joining us. We know it's a nice day, so I'm sure that you're out and about. But please join us. We're going till 5 o'clock. So on the hour, we are giving off a Kindle e-reader. We're giving books from not just myself, but from other people as well. And we've got some great prizes coming up. So join us at 2 o'clock. Go to the washroom, get a drink, join us. We're going to come back here and continue the party at 2 o'clock. Meanwhile, feel free to comment, feel free to share, and just a big thank you from both of us. This is not about money today, folks. This is just about celebrating the launch of the book. So we know it's tight times. If you don't have time or money to buy, please don't feel obligated. Just have fun, and please join us for the rest of the day. Looks forward to seeing you at 2 o'clock. Enjoy, and we got lots more coming up. Bye for now.